Is DJ Customs here? Is that even okay? Hang on, no, that's DJ Ken, and there's a difference. What's up, everybody? Yeah, sorry about the delay there. All right, there you go. Okay, see you later. Um, how's my buddy Boyos? Just chilling, man. Yeah, so I guess. Well, first off, yeah, sorry for the delay. I'm gonna have to take another one in a moment to get groceries from this guy. Um, had to call and straighten that out. Finally, yeah. So I guess I haven't heard this yet. This is just like a straight rip, just straight up taking somebody else's content and playing it, and that's that. I mean, I'll throw in some comments just so it's like, you know, remotely transformative. Yeah, I don't think this person would care, but anyways. So this is the channel name here of what is it? Hang on, Downward Spiral. Yeah, Downward Spiral. I've yet to listen to it, and you can laugh away. You can laugh away, George. But like it's that's what happens. It's what happens. Like I don't. It doesn't bother me. I hope it doesn't bother anyone else. Um, what's up? Anyways, so yeah, I haven't heard this yet. I listened to at most like a minute. I held off. I thought you were going to talk to her. No, I haven't heard it yet. So if you've heard it, well, actually, I'll say this. I might. I know that William's talking with her on Discord. I guess she's got a TikTok. I know that she's got a TikTok, and I've added her. I guess she doesn't like the way that I treated Blind Billy, which I thought I was genuinely and generally pretty kind to Billy. I don't know. I guess I gave him a bum rap, but she doesn't seem like that very much. When was this from? I guess yesterday. But I mean, I'm looking forward to hearing it, so I'm just gonna play it, and I'll link the channel as well. And
he's a ghost of his former self, the self I knew.
So there you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and start recording if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna start off with what's going on here. So I actually have a small YouTube channel, and I talk about interesting people on the internet. And I'm sure, like I said, you weren't aware until yesterday, till I told you about Chance, right?
Right.
So you used to be friends with him. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
There's a lot of things on him. Did you ever look him up after I talked to you?
I looked him up. I saw a bunch of stuff about his music career.
Yeah.
But like that was pretty much all. I had heard some rumors through the grapevine about some of the stuff that he's done.
Like what?
I've heard some stuff about him not being a great person nowadays.
Yeah. So last time you spoke to him was what, 2015, you said?
Yeah, it was probably the last time I spoke to him.
Oh, and what happened? I mean, was it you guys have a bad falling out, or was it just, organically just went your separate ways, or what?
We just kind of organically went our separate ways. I've been very busy with living the life of a professional cook and spending time doing the things I love doing.
A professional what?
I'm a professional prep cook.
Oh, a prep cook. Okay. Do you have Do you have any social media that you want me to plug so people can go see you, or you're just not really that type of person?
I do have my TikTok account, which is for my D&D TikTok. I'm Elspeth Swan the Druid on TikTok.
Okay, go ahead and just send me a message of your social medias, and then I'll put that in the video.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm pretty much right now at the moment, I'm a small YouTuber. I mean, it's not going to be much yet, but pretty soon, especially after this video, it's going to be getting some traction.
I completely understand. I'm a small TikToker at this point.
Right. Now, And I also appreciate that you're willing to take your time to speak with me. I know it's kind of strange. Um, so Chance, how did you meet the guy?
We met quite literally in high school. We had a mutual friend in common, and that's how we met.
Was that his girlfriend at the time, or?
No, it was his like best guy friend at the time.
Oh, okay. Jake
Um,
or someone else?
um, different friend. His
Okay,
name was I can't remember Billy.
Billy. Oh, Billy. Oh, wow. Okay, because there is quite was well, now when you say Billy, was that individual? Did he have like some sort of disability?
Yes.
He was blind or something.
Yep. Our
Oh,
legally blind friend. That's how
okay.
we met.
So this, I don't know if this is gonna shock you or not. Oh, okay. So I'll go into that in a second. So how you guys met? You met through Billy, and how did that go?
It went well. We were friends. We spent quite a bit of time hanging out between usually over at Billy's house
Oh,
a lot,
wow.
but
Okay.
also school. Like we were always together at school lunch. We actually did. Chance and I performed in our high school's talent show.
Oh, wow. Seriously,
Yeah,
that's
we
cool.
performed a dance piece that we had choreographed ourselves. We were
Man, I would love to see that. I would have loved to have seen that. So fake. She seems to have. It's actually real. She seems to have like intimate details that only somebody who went to school with Cyrax would have known. Um, yeah.
we were called the Dueling Dancers.
That's actually really
Um,
interesting. Okay.
because I am a classically trained ballet modern dancer.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's awesome. Would you happen to have any footage of that at all?
I do not.
Uh,
Sadly, this was, I want to say, '08.
oh, you knew him for a while. Okay, because a lot of there's a lot of history with this guy. Okay, people have been trying to track ever since as far back as they could. I'm sure this is as far back as we've gotten.
Yeah.
So
It's probably I want to say talent show of '08. I can give you the location
I
was
don't need a
Akron.
location. I don't need a location. That's fine.
Yeah, I can give you a location
Okay.
even.
Yeah, I don't need it. I mean, it's the location's not important because I'm sure everybody knows. They can pinpoint it. It's not important. I'm not here trying to expose the guy for anything. I'm not here to, uh, you know, to harass him or anything. I just want to get the truth, basically, about how he became, what he is today. So now go ahead, just tell us
There's
tell
a
us the
video.
story about some experiences.
Yeah, seriously.
He was always kind of a little on the domineering side of things, like wanting to always do stuff, be active in the arts. Um,
Well, I would say that's still pretty consistent today. Would you guys agree with that? That not a whole lot's changed? I mean, he's still very active in the arts and he's a very demanding guy. I mean, so I would say he's still the same person. Yeah.
but otherwise, he was very much a little on the odd and unusual side. But my friend group at the time was very much we are all odd and unusual. We are the outcasts of the high school.
Yeah, yeah. So you would describe how would you describe his personality back then? Was he, you know, a nice guy, kind of angry guy, or you know, how was he?
He was nice. He almost always had a smile on his face.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, he was a great friend back in the day, back in high school.
Wow. Okay.
Um,
Um.
I
Go ahead.
couldn't say anything bad about him back in the day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've actually talked to him. The little interaction that I have had, he seemed like a very nice guy. I mean, he seemed like a really chill dude. I talked to him, but and you're not aware of what what happened after 2015. I'll go ahead and I'll fill you in on that in a little bit. It gets pretty dark. I'm just gonna let you know. Um, so so from 2008 to 2015, and you guys hung out with Billy.
Yeah.
Um, so what happened? Are you aware of what happened between him and Billy?
I had heard there was something of a sexual nature that had happened.
Was that
And
was that consensual, like, or was it?
I had heard it was non-consensual in all honesty.
Oh wow.
But this was what I was hearing from Billy.
Oh, okay. And what happened?
All I know is they were having a sleepover at Billy's house and something happened and it was of a sexual nature.
Okay. Okay. Now,
And
do you still talk to this gentleman? Do you still have contact with him to this day?
I haven't had contact with him in probably about 3 years.
Okay.
I've lost track of a lot of my high school friends
Right. Yeah. Right.
because I'm very active in a Renaissance group and I work full time.
Right. I mean, that's how it goes. I mean, I'm sure this was almost 2 decades ago, so
Yeah.
it's hard to keep up with that. Okay, so basically now with that, so you haven't heard about him since 2015, so you don't know. So what you're saying is that Billy said, claimed that he was assaulted by Chance. Now
Yeah.
what happened after that?
After that, I lost track of Chance for probably about 2 years, maybe 3.
Okay,
And then we had
okay.
heard some stuff and we spoke for maybe a week or 2 through Facebook
Okay.
and then lost track of each other again. And I haven't heard anything since probably then.
And that was in 2015.
Yeah, it had to have been about 2015.
So he moved schools, right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, he was kicked out of the school because of that incident. I don't know if you're aware of
I
that.
believe so.
Yeah. They were saying that he was jailed or gonna be jailed for it,
Yeah.
The whole
Personally, it wouldn't have surprised me at that point, especially with the stuff that was going on at the school to begin with.
like what?
We had a lot of issues with gangs violence at the school that we
Okay.
were going to at the time.
Okay.
I had another friend who was kicked out of the school for saying a threat that he didn't mean.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That happens a lot. I grew up in the
Yeah.
inner city. I grew up in a big city, Southern California. There's a lot of gangs and gang violence, so I can, sympathize with that. So now, did you know about back in 2012, Chance got in an altercation with his mother?
I think I heard a rumor about that, and I hadn't known what was going on with that
Okay.
because Chance's mom, the last time I had heard, was living probably 4 blocks from where Billy's parents lived.
Oh, his grandmother, right? Not his biological mother, right?
I know it was someone that he was living with
Sally, right?
when we were in high school.
Okay, it must have been Sally. Yeah. Okay. Did you ever see any interactions between them?
I had never did.
Okay. Now you say Chance he was generally a nice guy. He always, running around, having fun, just a nice
Yeah.
person to be around. That's that's good to hear.
Oh yeah. I even he had an incident in school. I remember. He jumped off of a second story railing and did a flip and ended up hurting himself.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, did he hit his head or something?
I think he did. I know he had like a bunch of scrapes and cuts.
Yeah. Okay. So let's let's talk about like let me think. Did he ever, did you ever see him with any girls, or did you ever see him interact with any other girls, like kind of like in a dating manner, so on and so forth?
Uh, I never saw that.
Okay.
I always suspected he had a crush on me.
Okay.
Because if you've seen any pictures of me, I even now I am gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
A lot of
absolutely.
people consider
Absolutely.
me a very gorgeous person.
Yeah, you're very attractive. That's true.
Oh, I mean, this woman definitely has a awfully high opinion of herself. Um, I have a picture of this person. I don't know if anybody wants to see them, and I would agree. She is. She is. She is. She is, and I'm not just saying that either. Um, she is a doll. Hang on a second. Why isn't this working here? I'm looking at something. Okay, let's see now if this works. Mm, okay, buddy boy. All right, yeah. So let's see it. All right, yeah. Where's my Discord tab? Where's my Discord tab? All right, buddy boyos. 1 second here. Yeah, I guess so. For people who are saying that this is cat, you would be correct. All right, so my vote is for yes on gorgeous. I know this chat can be a pretty harsh place. Not just people are going to think that I'm just saying that to butter her up, but that's not the case. So let me put it on the screen here. Okay, put a face to a name. Yeah, this is cat here. Hurry up! Oh, there it is. There it is. There you get on with it. There it is. There it is. All right. Indeed. So you see where she gets the confidence from. Vape Legend is bemused here. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Did he ever, did you ever see him with any girls, or did you ever see him interact with any other girls, like kind of like in a dating manner, so on and so forth?
Uh, I never saw that.
Okay.
I always suspected he had a crush on me.
Okay.
Because if you've seen any pictures of me, I even now I am gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
A lot of
absolutely.
people consider
Absolutely.
me a very gorgeous person.
Yeah, you're very attractive. That's true. Um, and he never. You said he never made a pass at you or anything like that.
No,
Would you have?
he was. Would I've dated him?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. I was taken by the time I met Billy. I dated a very much older guy than I was at the time.
Okay. Um. Now let's talk a little bit about Billy. There's not really much known about Billy. Um, there is somebody who claims to be Billy, that spoke up about what had happened, but this person just claims that they're Billy, that such and such happened. It could be anybody. We don't really know, if it actually is the guy. I mean, would you be able to recognize his voice?
Oh yeah, I would
Uh,
recognize his voice in a heartbeat. He was my best friend from my sophomore year of high school until I through my senior year. I have pictures of the two of us doing senior activities together.
Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. So there's a lot about this. Actually, this is actually good information because basically what had happened, as you well know now, Chance is not a very good person. There's a lot of things about him that are very detestable. What I'm about to tell you, it's probably going to be very shocking and very dark stuff. I don't know if you want to hear about it. If you want to do your own research, do your own
Um,
research.
I would love to hear this information because I've lost so much track of the guy, and I've
Okay.
been trying to kill some of my old high school friends, like kill some of the relationships I had in high school. I've
Yeah.
always wondered what happened to him.
Okay. So there's not really much known about him past 2015. I think what the information you gave us is like the most known now. Somebody's going to archive it and put it away somewhere. But Chance was always on live streams, like on Facebook and stuff like that. I'm sure you know. And some people started recognizing that he's always on live streams, and he's a very strange looking guy, and he also has some developmental issues, to say the least.
Yeah.
Um, so they started trolling him online, and he's been trolled for about 7 years now. They've been trolling him, and they basically they get him on a live stream. They'll a lot of people. I mean, like, we're not talking about like one or two people. We're talking about there's thousands of people that follow this guy Chance, and they pretty much egg him on into these situations where he's exposing himself, and it's showing all his true colors. So Chance, for example, will get on a live stream and call these guys out, and he'll just say some really racist things, and he'll just say all sorts of just crazy. He'll just talk all crazy and say he's going to kill these people, he's going to come after them, hurt their kids, things like that. Now, those reactions, I mean, they're warranted. I get it. You know, that's not even the worst part. Um, so he had a few girlfriends online, and they weren't actually girlfriends. They were trolls. People had set him up, and they were just trying to get information out of him. Because I guess if you're a female online, he'll just tell you whatever he wants to know, whatever you want to know. And he actually ended up admitting something along the lines to about Blind Billy, and nobody really knew anything about it. But he had claimed that Blind Billy is this is what we call him, Blind Billy. He's pretty known, um, that he was actually molested by Blind Billy, and that the school had kicked him out of school because they were trying to protect him.
Oh,
And that doesn't make any sense.
no.
I mean, that
Because
story's got more holes than Swiss cheese.
I've heard the complete opposite from Billy.
Right, right. And a man claiming to be Billy came on the live stream, and he said, what was going on. And let me pull it up. Oh, you're on your phone. I don't think I can share my screen.
I'm on my tablet actually.
Would I be able to share a screen? Probably not, right?
You should be.
Okay, but with this whole thing, I mean, I'm not going to go into it. I'll talk for hours about it.
Mm.
There's, 2 hours, 3 hours. There's probably hundreds of hours of, different people dissecting what happened with Blind Billy. Now, he came on the stream, and this is what happened. I'm going to send.
Yeah, this woman will not communicate with me because she felt that I was rude to Blind Billy, which is like, was I? I thought I was very accommodating. I thought I was very. Let me try something here. Here, 1 second. Oh wow, yeah, this woman is definitely the real deal. You have no.
Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can share my screen. Oh, I can. Okay. Let me know if you can see it.
I thought.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah, there's Beetlejuice. I don't know if you know who that
Yeah.
is. He's a pretty funny guy.
I do not.
He's a pretty funny comedian from the 90s.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, they called him out. This happened 3 months ago.
I guess she doesn't like my intent. That I was just using Billy to get to Cyrax. And yeah, if you're going to say that that's the case, then yeah, I would say that you're right. But that I don't think that I was rude to him or wasn't compassionate or didn't try to give him like a fair shake. Like, honestly, a man of a blind homosexual furry, I would say he got treated better than 99. Well, he got treated better than 100% of them. I'm not sure if it'd be 99.9999999. But I was Team Billy. I like Billy. I think he's a good guy. Like if you're gonna hate me, regardless of 1 second here, if you're gonna hate me because my intent was to aggravate Chance, then you're entitled to your opinion and your feelings.
When they clipped this, it probably happened about that time when somebody claimed to be blind Billy came on stream and said, "Yeah, this is what happened," and this is Chance's response to that.
No reason to make any of this stuff up. Chance is gonna say that you're a total liar and all that stuff.
Well, before I continue, can you confirm if this is Billy or not? The guy talking, his name is Marty, so that's not. But the guy who's claims to be Billy, would you be able to confirm it?
Yeah, I could probably confirm it. It's been a while, but I'm sure his voice still sounds similar.
Okay, we'll watch it.
I might have a vivid imagination, but that's just for my writing. I keep the real life stuff accurate.
All right, so he
that is Billy.
Okay, so that's confirmed. That is Billy.
Yeah, I would recognize that voice anywhere.
Wow. Okay, so I'll continue on.
He's here right now. Should I just not let him on?
He's probably going to go complete ape shit with this, and I would not be in the least bit surprised.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's a total idiot. It's he's literally pounding his fist right now.
Well, the funny thing is, I told one of my partners about what he did, and my partner punched the shit out of their keyboard because of how pissed off they were with him.
Hey, Billy, why don't you shut the fuck up and tell them the truth, you fucking faggot ass little bitch? Why don't you tell them the truth about what you did to me, you bitch?
I removed him. He's screaming. I hope you're not uncomfortable with that.
That's real mature.
Hey, Billy, you're a fucking liar, you fucking faggot ass little bitch, and you know it. And Bill,
you can't say the F word, sorry, actually, will not be allowed here. See, that's respectful.
Oh.
If I were you, I wouldn't trust this fucking.
He's calling you the F word while your dick was in his mouth.
Yeah, but
There you go, Sir X. There you go.
Come on, Billy. Why don't you tell them the truth? Tell them the truth about how it was acquitted and how it got let fucking go, you bitch ass. Hey, Billy, tell them the truth, you fucking rapist little bitch.
Acquitted? So, did this ever become criminal?
Tell them the fucking truth, Billy. Tell them the fucking truth. You fucking faggot. You fucking punk ass bitch. Punk. Tell them the goddamn truth, boy. The fucking truth. And Marty, why don't you?
Yeah, that's the appeal.
Just like a kid on Call of Duty.
That's the appeal.
Billy, listen, bro. You and I both fucking know that the schools removed me for my own safety, so I wouldn't beat your goddamn ass after what you.
They removed him for his own safety from a guy that was blind. Think about that.
Legally blind.
Yeah, okay.
Because Billy could see peripherally when we were in high school together.
Shall I continue?
I'm at the point I'm pissed off at Chance.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh,
And especially since I am part of the queer community and part of the poly community,
Okay.
that makes me upset of the things that he said, because I've come out to Chance about the lifestyle I live, which is the same as the lifestyle that Billy
So
lives.
Billy's gay or bisexual?
Billy is queer.
Now, do you think Chance? I mean, there's a lot of speculation that Chance might actually be bisexual. Do you think that's true?
I wouldn't be surprised in the
I mean, he had cum in his beard the other day.
in the long run, because there was rumors if the school hadn't known I was dating a guy who was in the army who was 3 years my senior, they thought there was a rumor going around that they thought that I was dating both of them at the same time.
Oh. Okay. So you guys are really that close. Wow.
We were close. Chance and I, well, Billy and I spent after Chance left, we spent quite a bit of time together.
Wow.
It's like I went to his sister's high school graduation party. We were together whenever we were not at school. We spent at least one Saturday a month together at one point.
Do you have a picture of all three of you together?
I don't have a picture of all three of us together. I do have a picture of Billy and I together from our senior year.
Do you have a picture of Billy and Chance?
I don't.
Dang. Okay. Because that would be.
Hang on 1 second. I mean, for anyone questioning, hey, what's up, Zozo? Let's see Zozo. See Zozo. There you go. For anyone questioning, like needing to see a picture of the two of them, yeah, there they are.
Scene. That's the only problem, but it is what it is. People would really like to see this. They'd really like to know what's going on. So
yeah, I can find the pictures. I can look through my archive. I've got pictures going back to probably 2009.
Do you have pictures of Chance? By any chance?
I don't think I have any pictures of Chance.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Now, yeah, how do you feel about that?
I'm pissed off at the person that he's become.
Oh, it's worse. It's that little snippet that I showed you is just a tip of the iceberg of garbage. I mean, just imagine an iceberg of shit. That was the tip. Okay, it's way deeper. And I can't really say, like you said that he was a nice guy back then. I believe you. I talked to him. He seemed he was a nice guy, but when they started trolling him, he turned into what they call, the Goblin of Akron. He's known as the Goblin King of Akron.
Oh, I can totally believe it.
Now,
because he used to be a great guy, and now he looks like the Goblin King of Akron.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Now here's another thing. How tall do you think he is?
He's maybe 5'4".
Oh, you think he's 5? Because there's a lot of speculation. Because some people have seen videos. There's rarely videos of him standing, standing outside or next to people. He's always in his attic where he lives. So people don't really know, but they know he's small. Now, some people have some weirdo detectives on the internet have took a screenshot and counted how many tiles were on the wall, and a lot of people speculate he's about 4'8".
I've been the same height since I was a senior, and since we've been friends, and I stand at 5'7". The top of his head stood at my shoulder.
So he's
top of his head. So she's 5'7". Let's do some more of this. Hang on. Where is it? I guess I pulled up the wrong image here. Here, 1 second. I can't get over this one. This one always makes me chuckle. What's his name? Subhuman seemed to like that one as well. But I think the one we're looking for is where? Where did it go? Here, hang on. Is this it? Do I have it on the screen? No, I don't. I don't have it on the screen. Huh. She says the top of, so I guess she's bent over. She's 5'7". This doesn't really give an accurate reflection because she's bent over. His life is basically over. I like that dude. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm 5'4".
Yeah.
Because he always says they say, "Oh, dude, you're like 4'8", and he's like, "No, I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3". So he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, this has been one wild, interview. Yeah. So basically, this guy. I mean, there's been scandal after scandal after scandal, and most of it revolves around the guy that was talking to him, Music Biz Marty. I really, I mean, I can't really say. I can just say that I think Music Biz Marty is kind of obsessed with the dude. They're both obsessed with each other. But this guy basically gets content from him, uh, and just eggs him on to do all sorts of crazy things. And then Chance gets online, starts saying racial slurs, starts saying this and that. And it's funny because like we all crack jokes. We call him the king of projection. You know what projection is, right?
Just barely. It's
So
been a while.
so projection is basically when, okay, if let's say if I'm racist, for example, if I'm racist and I tell somebody, "Oh yeah, well, you're a racist, you hate black people." But really I'm really just talking about myself, and they're not racist, you know what I mean? So basically I'm saying how I feel, and I'm telling somebody else that they're that, when really I'm talking about myself.
Okay.
It could be with anything. But Chance loves to do that. That's like his favorite thing to do. I mean, I'm sure, the guy, he looks kind of weird. So I'm sure his whole life
Yeah.
people have been bullying him and picking on him. So he saves all these insults. And whenever somebody, kind of attacks him, he spews all these insults. And everything that he says is him. Everything that he
Oh
says
yeah.
is right. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's like I can totally believe it. It's like I know there was a couple times where there was guys bullying me and he would stand up to them when we were friends, like close friends in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say, yeah, I have to. I'm not going to say that I'm not obsessed with Cyrax. I mean, I think pretty much all of us are. But yeah, as that comment said, like I would say that calling other people obsessed with Cyrax while studying them and tracking down their high school friends, then I would say that that's actually projection. But it's whatever. No, I don't take any offense to it. I can own up to what it is.
But it never seemed to go that far.
Have you ever seen
It's like
him get in a fight or get beat up or anything like that in school?
I don't remember ever seeing him get beat up. I heard rumors of him getting beat up.
Okay. Yeah. So he likes to get on the live stream, and he'll get on there and start saying all these crazy things, and then the people will come, and then they'll start attacking him, and then it's like, all right, well, why don't you come show up to my house? Why don't you come show up to my house? Let's see how big you are. And it's been recorded multiple times. People showed up to his house, and he just kind of hid behind his grandmother. And then
Oh,
as soon as the people live stream it, like, okay, I'm at
Well,
your
no,
house.
no,
Where you at? Let's fight.
I'm not.
You just
When you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. How could I deny being obsessed with Cyrax? I mean, yeah, I would say like showing up at the guy's house multiple times. And to be fair, I was on my way back from somewhere. It wasn't like driving that far just to see him. Yeah, I have blown up his parents' house phone up all throughout the night. Yeah, sure. Like how could I deny these things?
Just sat there for 2 hours saying how you're going to kick my teeth in. Where are you at? And then as soon as they get bored or his grandparents, call the cops, he'll go back on the live stream and say, "Yeah, you're a pussy.
Yeah, right.
You're
No,
a
I
pussy. You're
agree.
scared of me. You're a coward. You're a coward." When they're like, "Dude, you hid in your attic. You called me to fight. I drove, 8 hours to come here, and you hid."
Right.
Um, yeah. If you're interested in looking at this guy, it's a rabbit hole.
Um, I can believe it at this point.
He goes
And
he goes by many names. He'll have a name, and then people will find him. They'll basically they'll mess with him. He'll get mad, delete his channel, and then say, "That's it. I'm done. I'm never coming back." And then a couple hours later, he comes back. And then it's a cycle. They call it the cycle of him. He the most used name that he has is called Cyrex. That's everybody knows him as Cyrex.
I feel like I've seen that one on Facebook.
Yeah. Let me see what else. If you want to look at it, there's tons and tons of information about him. Here's another thing that's gonna make you really sick. I don't know if you're ready to hear this. Your former friend Chance is actually he's actually a known pedophile as well.
That would not surprise me.
Really?
In all honesty,
why would you say
after
that?
the stuff that I've heard from Billy about him, I don't want him near my children.
Go ahead.
It's part of the reason why I'm no longer close with him.
Go ahead. Explain.
I had spoken to, we had the same English teacher in high school, now that I remember it.
Okay.
And she had caught him one day during class apparently masturbating.
Oh. I have no words for that. Okay.
What?
So it doesn't surprise.
Hang on.
I had spoken to, we had the same English teacher in high school, now that I remember it.
Okay.
And she had caught him one day during class apparently masturbating.
What? What? Oh shit. Oh man. In class? In class? Oh man. That's pretty depraved. That's pretty fucked up, I gotta say.
Oh. I have no words for that. Okay.
So it doesn't surprise me.
And unless she can come on and clarify, I'm going to have to assume that she's talking about Blind Billy. I think she's basically what, maybe I'm not assessing this properly, but I'm pretty sure she's talking about Blind Billy.
Oh yeah, he's
We'll go with that.
He's kind of a sexual deviant. I mean, he's had.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you knew that before. Oh.
I personally, it doesn't surprise me at all with him.
Because he's had multiple girlfriends, and he's cheated on every single one of them by sending pictures of himself or videos of himself to other girls. Every single girlfriend that he's had, he's done that to.
It doesn't surprise me with him now, especially after the whole entire racist stuff, that stuff. No.
What do you mean? What racist stuff?
The racist, homophobic slander he was calling out.
Oh,
that you said. It doesn't surprise me.
Do you think that
I've never met a guy who isn't a pedophile, like who's also not homophobic, transphobic.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they all correlate together. You know, I don't think just because if you're transphobic or homophobic that you're automatically a pedophile. I
Well, there are
Oh.
some that can be.
yeah,
The combination.
I would say that's a stretch, but you know,
It's like I've been in the BDSM community and the queer community for long enough at this point
okay,
that I see the red flags.
okay, yeah. Would you say that you know, before seeing this, would you think that Chance was a racist?
I would not have, but
Okay,
there was a part of me that always knew in the back of my mind that he was,
like
because he tended to avoid some of my African American friends
oh,
that I
okay,
had, because we went to a very integrated school. There
sure,
was people from every place in the world. I had friends from Sierra Leone and India and Burma, and he seemed to always avoid them.
yeah, okay, yeah, okay. You know,
What about Zach Hussein?
now had he ever
What about Zach
you know,
Hussein?
I'm just firing questions off the top of my head. Sorry if I'm all over the place.
No,
But these are just questions that I'm curious about. Um, had he ever talked to you about, you know, his father, his biological father? He ever mentioned him?
he never mentioned him.
Okay. So his biological father, actually, I believe, I'm not sure the history, the lore. I don't know. I might get it wrong, but I believe it was the day that Chance was born. His biological father went to prison for 25 years, maybe, because he raped a little girl.
Hmm.
Yeah, and there's kind of like a weird like coincidence. Uh, so a lot of people speculate he's actually a third generation pedophile because his father raped a 13-year-old girl. His grandfather married his grandmother Sally when she was 14. I believe he was 25. And this is what we're going to get into next. So I don't know what year. I think it was 2019 maybe 2018, 2019. He was actually caught in a sting operation by these people who catch predators, and they catch people, you know, talking. I'm sure you've seen Dateline, you know. I'm sure you've seen Chris
Oh
Hansen.
yeah.
So he was caught in one of those, but it wasn't done by the police. It was just done by like citizens, like private citizens, who.
Hmm.
So basically, he was talking to somebody who he clearly thought was a 14-year-old girl, and clearly she said, "Yeah, I'm still in high school, whatever." And then, you know, right away he just said, "Oh, I love you," and then started slinging his, you know, little sausage on her freaking phone screen,
Oh,
like right away, within 24 hours.
oh wow.
Now he always denies it, just like you see how he was with the Billy thing. Um,
Yeah.
People call him a pedophile. I mean, by all means, he's a pedophile. There's no denying
Oh
that. I mean, he's a sexual deviant, and he's, you know, a predator, a sexual predator. And
yeah.
when people call him out for it, what does he do? Oh no, that's not true. I was trolled. I was trolled. I didn't do. I'm not a pedophile. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. Blah blah blah. They're the pedophiles, not me. And then he'll go on Facebook Live, or you know, his little live stream, and he'll go on these rants and accuse people of being pedophiles and say that he hates pedophiles and he's going to kill them and beat the crap out of them and he's going to do this and that. But he's the one that did it, and everybody knows that he did it. But
In
because,
all honesty, I would hate to see what he says about me nowadays.
well, he's never actually said anything about you. He's never actually said anything about you. Not to my knowledge. I found you because I was just kind of creeping through, looking at some things, and I saw a picture of you, and it would link to your Facebook. That's how I found you.
It's in all honesty, there's part of me that wants to go on and his live stream and see what he says at this point.
Well, do you have contact with Blind Billy still?
I haven't had
I keep calling him Blind Billy. That's what I know him as. I don't want to be offensive, but that's what we all know him.
His last name was, but he also had a fursona. I know that.
Oh, he's a Chance or Billy?
Billy.
Did Chance have a fursona?
Not that I know of. But I know as we've gotten older, Billy's has a fursona.
Oh, okay. How does he see out of the costume?
He uses a white cane.
He uses a what?
A white cane.
Oh, a cane. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
Because he is, at this point, Billy is legally blind.
Yeah.
He's been legally blind since high school.
How did that happen? Was it an accident?
He was born that way. He has inoperable cataract in both eyes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That his family could not afford to fix.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Poor guy.
Oh, poor guy. But he was an amazing guy. It's like, there's times where I've missed talking to him. We used to talk about video games all the time.
Okay. Let's talk more about Chance for a bit.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No problem. No problem. This is good information. People, everything that you're talking about, people really want to know. People are going to eat it up, and it's just going to add more to the lore of it, as we call it. Let me see. So you said he was a nice guy back then, but there was a lot of red flags. Now coming, now that you're thinking about it, everything that led up to this, you would say, you saw it back then. He got in trouble for masturbating in school.
Yeah.
And they didn't kick him out.
They did. I don't know. I think the teacher at the time said stop it and didn't do anything.
That's a very tolerant teacher.
Oh, that teacher, she still works for the school system. I'm still friends with her on Facebook.
Oh.
And
do you think that she would be willing to talk a little bit about him?
I don't know. I would have to ask him.
Yeah,
ask her.
That'd be a very interesting perspective, like as a teacher. Now going back to school, like how was he in school?
In all honesty, he had me around because I was the smart one. I took the notes. It's like he write off my notes half the time.
Yeah. Okay. That's understandable. I mean, he does have some disabilities.
And I have a disability. I have a learning disability and ADHD. So.
Okay. Yeah, me too. So I can sympathize with that. Okay. Did he ever play any sports, or was he into
He didn't play sports, but he did break dance. We were in a talent show together.
Oh, right. You'd mentioned that, and there's actually, I believe, there's one video. There's one famous video where he danced, and I'll tell you, everybody was kind of surprised. Everybody was shocked. I mean, I give it to the guy. I mean, he is a phenomenal dancer.
Oh, he was a phenomenal dancer back then. I was sad the year that after he got kicked out of high school, that I didn't have a dance partner the next year for a talent show.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
because we came really close to winning the talent show.
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because we choreographed a very much dueling styles of dance.
That's so cool. That is so cool.
And I wish I had pictures.
Let me see. Yeah, so the guy, I mean, he's a very talented dancer. Now speaking of talents and stuff, I mean, how did he ever, talk about making music or anything like that back then?
He talked a little bit about making music. He also talked about drawing a lot. in school. That's how we kind of bonded.
Yeah, this is rough. This is rough. Yeah, I can't. You know what? So, here, let's hide downward spiral. Let's add downward and spiral to the Zozo list. Sharing is caring, and I don't say this to anyone, but if you use my content, I will strike you. I don't say that or do that with anyone. I'm bored here. This is less interesting than I thought it would be. He's in my Discord. Okay, well, the redacted list, yeah. Report the shit channel, yeah. I don't. This. He's in. Well, okay, then I'd rather he not be in my Discord. Like, this guy just sucks. If you want to like gatekeep this woman to aggravate Chance by doing a non-inflammatory interview at the sake of content creation, then that's okay. But you're not somebody that I really particularly care for. You're irritating to me. You sound weak. You sound like a girly man. You sound low testosterone. I don't know. It's who's gatekeeping you are. You're just talking with her like 15, 20 minutes ago. Well, okay, you watched the whole thing. It sounds. What's really being said? He's a great dancer. Why do anything that non-inflammatory? Yeah, like I don't know. What I think your next big move should be go and hang out with Cyrax, make him feel good about himself, and pump up his ego. It sucked. Yeah, I thought it sucked too. I had high hopes for it. You don't even message me. Well, I don't. Why would I? I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about you. Why would I message you? I don't understand. Why would I? This frankly, this sucked. This kind of sucked. I'll be honest. This kind of sucked. There was like a nice tidbit. I guess Cyrax jerking off in class. All right. That's all right. So I can get your girl on. Oh, okay. Well, if you're in my Discord, then message me. Why can't? If you're in my Discord, you can message me, right? I don't know, but that was worth a second. Yeah, it was all right. I'm MBM in the Discord. They want the tribute. Well, you know what, dude? I would say 98% of the people, if they spoke with this woman, would get more information and have it be more incendiary and inflammatory towards Chance. I don't know what this was. I'm not sure what this was. Yeah, he tried, sure. Yeah, I don't like being like fiddle with. I know how these folds are. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Why so mad? Because he's like, wow, he's trying to like withhold this person. He's like, wow, you know what? I could get her on panel if you allow me there. Well, we just heard you talking to her and it was pretty shit. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. Foyd's Marty Foyd's. I'm not sure what he was wanting. Here's the thing. I think he was just wanting approval like everyone else. Oh, I don't approve of these bizarre antics that you're pulling here. I think the interview was weak. I don't think that you got a whole lot out of it. You sent a PM. Okay, well, maybe I'll take a look at it. What I'm going to do is I got a phone call to make here. You know what? I'd rather talk with Calvin than this dude. Personally, I don't know about you. All right. So what's okay? I didn't give you an opportunity here because you've agitated me. You've agitated me. If all I want to see in that DM is this woman's Discord name and number, that's all. If it's anything else, I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it unless it's just that information. All right. So if you sent me something else, go and take it back. Put this woman's Discord tag in there. Yeah, you have one job. Correct, George Lucas. Well, that's true. That's true. Otherwise, you're just on the Zozo list. Last chance. Let's see. I'm not trying to go ham on this guy. I'm not, truthfully. I'm truthfully not. Thank you, Anonymous, to the Buddy Boyos. What's up, my brother, my sister? It is so hard to go from hell into heaven and come in a pussy every day for 3 months only to get dragged down back to hell. It is almost better to have never been to heaven in the first place. I love that guy so much. I love that guy's the best. Yeah, so like how much replay value do you think this woman has? Like it's is there any real value in keeping her? And I don't want to go check that Discord and see that it's something else. Like I'm gonna be unhappy if that's the case. I don't want to hear any weird negotiations. Frankly, I've heard enough of you. Maybe that can change. Here's what I'll do. Here's a fair proposal. I offered the same thing to Zozo for introducing me to SHP. Oh wait, Jurassic Clark once again. Thank you so much for Hyena Chow. Hyena Chow. I don't know what that means. Is that like a phrase? But thank you, Buddy Boyle. You can milk her, Marty. This is the type of person that's a one-off thing, you know. You don't understand what it's like to be a subhuman insect. I don't think I'm nearly as good. I can't be that good at Thank you, Jimmy Rockets, for requesting $5. Jews naturally communicate with demons yesterday. Thank you, Jimmy Rockets, for sending me 4 to 5 $5 requests every single day. Relentless. Thank you, Buddy Boy. Jimmy Rockets is the most prolific requester I've ever. Well, I don't know how many people I've talked with about people who just send requests, but Jimmy Rockets. Betty Bootcheeks, thank you so much for the 25-cent comrade. I'm not good at it. I don't think it's something I'm good at. I try, but Kuminde Pusti Bilal is the overseer of all of our affairs. Kel, no, come on, really? That's horrible. If so. All right, Thomas Spiral. All right, well, thank you. Here, okay, my bad. So, all right. Well, thank you. All right, so I don't know how that. I would know that would be you. Okay, but so here. Okay. Okay. All right. So add friend. Send friend request, and I swear, I promise you this. You have my word. If she accepts, I'm not going to block you. Unchangeable didn't die. That's not a thing. Please say that ain't so. Unchangeable's dead? Really? How'd she die? No way. Sorry to hear that. I know you guys were pretty close. I know you had like a working relationship. Sounded like you had a personal relationship, even though I guess she was a lesbian. But I know like you must have worked with her a lot, and it wasn't strictly business because I don't think it made a ton of money. Where's Cal? I'm sorry to hear that. Buddy Boyles. I mean, I guess we never really knew much about Unchangeable. I never got to hear her song. Man. Who was this rapper that Cyrex, like, Cyrex briefly worked for Real Ultimate Power Records. I can give you a bit of a backstory. Yeah, I'd almost rather do that than deal with this shit. And actually, I have something queued up about Cyrex when he was saying that he was doing big things, making boss moves. Here we go. Shout out to Unchangeable, I think, and Real Ultimate Power Records. She's waiting for what? Oh wow, hang on. Wait, pending. Okay. Wait, hang on. I think I sent a request. I okay. Whoa, shit, I don't know if I did it in. Okay, maybe that's on me. Buddy Boyles. Oh, I'm already friends with her. Okay, let me send the StreamYard link then. Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, here, let me plug my laptop in too. I gotta take a piss and have a cigarette. So I'll send a request in the StreamYard link. I gotta plug my shit in too, so I'll play 6 minutes of this. Is that fair? Is Cal here? That's a shame. That's a real shame, Buddy Boyles. That's a real shame. Where is it? Yeah, it's financial advisor, girlfriend, Tangerine Cat.
Clearly have issues.
Where is it? Where's he showing off his plaque? He used to show that thing off all the time. He was so proud of it. All right, so give me like a handful of moments here, Buddy Boyles.
Clearly, right here.
Maybe this isn't it. Okay, so you know what actually I'm going to do? And because MD requested this, and it's an all-time great stream, unheralded, not unheralded, but underheralded. I'll put on this little guy for a moment or two, and do some tasks, which kind of sucks with the old surgery. So give me a second here. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cal. This is a great one here, and just a palate cleanser, not to. I don't know. MD, is this what you were talking about? Yeah, yeah. Here, let me link it too. Let me link it too. Let me link it too for you, just so you have it on deck. Yeah, yes, it's a great one. Yeah, we're getting this girl. I gotta do a couple things though. So hang on.
Clicking off this video right now that I should die. I've been called many things. What you are about to witness is me taking you on a live recording journey inside my past, inside the darkest part of my mind,
places that I have not visited in years. And fair warning, this journey is not for the faint-hearted. So if you easily get scared, I suggest clicking off this video right now, because I'm about to show you the journey of my dark past and how I became the Prince of Darkness, the evil personified Demon King, the monster that I've become. Everything you are about to witness is very, very real. So bear witness with me. We're about to take a step into the darkest part of my mind. I can hear them. I can hear yelling, screaming. What do you want? What do you want? Why do you keep doing this? I did nothing wrong. Why do you keep doing this? Leave me alone. Don't touch me. You are unworthy. You're weak. No, I'm not. Why do you keep abusing me? Why? I'll have you. No, you don't. All the abuse you put me through. Why? It's like you don't want to be happy. But you're already happy. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Why? I don't understand. It's like no matter what you do, you always make me feel like shit. I just want to die. Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't deserve to live. Maybe I deserve to be under your rule, under your abuse. Every day I live in fear. You attack me, destroy me, break me down, belittle me, tell me that I'm worthless. But the truth is, you're the worthless one. No, you're the worthless one. No, I'm not. Why do you keep attacking me? Why? I don't understand. Why can't you just leave me alone? I don't understand. Can anyone hear me? I'm trapped. I'm lost. I'm trapped in this mental prison and I can't get out. Can someone help me? Please. I need an escape. I need to break out. Why? Why do you do this to me? Why? Why can't you just leave me be and quit the abuse? I never asked for this. Everything you've done to me. Why? You attack me, belittle me, tell me that I'm worthless. You make me do the most obscene and cruel things that I never wanted to do. You tore me apart. I can feel it. The scars, I can feel them. The pain you put me through, I still feel it to this day. No, I'm not. Why don't you go kill yourself? No! I won't do it. But you know you want to. You know that you're worthless. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. I'm not worthless. You're a loser. No one likes you. Fuck you! Why don't you kill yourself? Here's some rope. Maybe it'll help. No. I won't do it. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. I'm in your head. Kill yourself. Do it. You know you want to. All your pain will be over. Just take the rope, tie it around your neck. Maybe you're right. Maybe I am better off dead. Give me the rope.
Hey, Kat. How are you doing tonight? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, wow, there you are. How's it going? Hello?
I
Oh, hey, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's like some sort
let
of.
me have one.
Sure. I
Cool
don't know if there's.
difficult.
Okay. Yeah, it happens. Yes. So, I mean, I was thinking of just like questions and. Oh, well, there she goes. Weak connection. All right. What's weird to me is like this is a person who knew Chance in a different time period. And I'm sure he was a very different person in some regards. Like he seemed to be a lot cheerier, a lot more hopeful, as I think most kids are, right? Like the grim realities of life. Fuck, yeah. Wi-Fi shitty. Well, it happens. Ohio sucks. I was gonna say, yeah, I wouldn't know. I've never been, but I guess I've passed through there. Shit, where's my little THC cart thingy? Come on, chat. Be respectful here. Be mindful. Be considerate. Well, I guess I'll play this in the meantime. Yeah, be nice, people. Be nice.
about my friends, my family, those I care about.
Who the fuck is this thing?
What about them? No one likes you. You're worthless. I won't kill myself. I won't give you that satisfaction.
Hey there. Hello?
Hey.
Hey, okay. There we are. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay. Yeah, first and foremost, I didn't mean any respectability. I thought he was actually pretty courageous for coming forward and telling his story. Yeah, I don't really know what happened, but if it's as he described, then that's pretty horrible. That's pretty fucking horrible. Yeah, so I guess like two questions like before I forget them. Do you know how long Chance was in high school for?
I do not personally. I knew him pretty much my sophomore through my senior year of high school.
Okay. Does any of this, like the amount of attention he's getting, surprise you? Like, did you think that he would ever become like, I guess, like internationally reviled?
No.
Did you ever see any signs that like, because he's done a handful of things that like are very unacceptable with his hate speech for one, like strangling his grandmother, doing terrible things to himself, like I don't know what better way to describe it, like cock and ball torture. Growing up, like, did you see any signs that like might indicate that he was as degenerate as he is, or is it something that like he kind of grew into and became?
I only knew him in real life for a few short years.
Sure.
Because he did get kicked out of school, at least with Billy and I, from a really quick age. It's like we were really close friends, and then the situation with Billy happened, and then we kind of lost track of each other. I didn't know this was going to happen.
Sure. Like, what kind of things would you guys do together? Like, how would you spend your time?
We'd choreograph dances. We'd hang out and talk about video games and the latest music. We were both, back in the day, big Backstreet Boys fans.
Well, they made quite a few good hits. I wanted that one that stands out. Backstreet's Back, all right? Yeah. You said that he got caught jerking it in school once?
Yeah, by a teacher. I heard about it through a teacher in high school.
Do you remember who you heard it from?
It was our high school. We shared the same English class, and I heard it through that teacher.
So she was like, "Hey, Elspeth, is that? Am I saying that right? Elspeth?
Yeah. Elsbeth.
Elsbeth.
Yes.
Elspeth. Okay. She's like, "Hey, Elspeth. Yeah, like that Chance guy? Well, you'll never believe this. He was jerking it in English class."
Yeah.
Wow. He's always said that the whole school had like a negative approach towards him and that they were racist against white people and all sorts of stuff, and that they only held him back because he was not handsome enough to graduate. Like we've heard a whole bunch of weird, crazy stuff.
I hate to say it, that's probably false
Yeah,
because it's like he did. We all the three of us got bullied. It's
right.
like bullying was a thing for us in school.
Yeah, I think that's common pretty much everywhere. You know, kids can be pretty cruel.
Oh, the kids were cruel back then.
Yeah, I think they're probably cruel now. I think they've probably always been cruel. It's just the nature of the beast.
It's gotten worse.
Hmm.
Back then it was bad.
Yeah. You know, and the unfortunate thing is like his looks alone probably predispose him to a lot of ridicule. And honestly, I can only say for myself that that's not what I take exception with. I don't, you know, call him, you know, names based on his appearance, but just the things that he does and how he thinks and how he acts. I mean, the guy's practically in his mid 30s, and he spends all of his days like in a rat infested attic, just screaming and hooting and hollering. And it's fair to say that you did care about him at one point, right? Like you obviously were his best friend.
I was his best friend. We called each other siblings for a while.
You know, I've seen him do that with a lot of people. Like he always has a brother or a sister, and unfortunately, like these days, a lot of those people are underage. But yeah, like I've seen him use like familial terms.
Yeah.
So do you know if like he was caught jerking over the pants or under the pants? I know that's like a weird detail.
I did not hear that detail.
Huh. Do you know if there was like any sort of formal punitive measures taken, or was it just like a hey, you knock that off?
I don't know that as well. All I know is it had happened.
Yeah. Was that the reason that he no longer attended school with you, or is that the Billy incident?
Billy incident was the reason.
Yeah, because there's been some people casting doubt on that, but you know, it's when he went over to Garfield. He went to what, to North High, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just making sure that I have that right. Were you in the class when it happened, or did you have the teacher afterwards?
We had the same English teacher that at that time.
Okay. I don't know if you know this is true or not, but he said that all of his academic grading after a period of time was just done on drawings that he had made.
I don't know that. I know he was a great artist back in the day.
Huh.
And that was something. Yeah, he used to draw by hand all the time.
Yeah, we've seen him do a lot of. Oh, sorry.
And he'd show me all these drawings. We had the same art teacher that wasn't together, but it was separate at separate times. And he was good back in the day.
Well, did you see him make the drawings, or did you just see the final product? Because we've seen him do a lot of tracing.
I never saw him make the drawings, but I had always seen him with a pencil in his hands, with the sketch paper all the time.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. He is a prolific tracer. He refuses to draw anything by hand on camera. He only wants to show what he's done afterwards. People have offered to pay him to see him do drawings, and he just refuses to do it. He just refuses to do it. We have seen him draw some things, and for the most part, his drawings are fairly juvenile. But yeah, he does fancy himself to be quite the artist. However, I can't assure you that that's all a lie. I don't know if you know this, but he stole an entire book. First, let me ask you, do you remember a high school student named AJ Vega, or a guy who prowled around the school named AJ Vega, like a bald guy?
I do not.
Okay, yeah. See, the thing is, there's this guy who grew up in Florida that Sarek stole an entire book from. He just copied and pasted it and published it and gave it to his grandmother as a gift for her birthday. And lo and behold, he shared the book out, and literally every single part of it was stolen. But he then said that there was this guy named AJ Vega who would prowl around the library. And again, like the age gap, he said that he went to school with him, but we looked into it, and the age gap was like maybe 12 to 15 years. So there would have had to have been a 30-year-old man jealous of Cyrax prowling around the library trying to steal his life. And, we all just found it to be not credible, not plausible, but Cyrax insists that this is the case. Can I ask, like, if you had, like, what your best experiences were with him, what your worst ones were?
Probably my best experiences were when we were in talent show together. We created a dance group, the two of us, and we choreographed an amazing dance piece. And we spent, I want to say, almost every afternoon after school together rehearsing and dancing and performing.
He is a great dancer.
Yeah.
I try to encourage him to dance more, because it is something that he genuinely has like a gift for and with, but he refuses to do it. I don't believe me. Like when he dances, my heart sings. It's beautiful. It's like poetry in motion.
Yeah, and he was a great dancer back in the day when we were close friends. And he was always encouraging me to dance more and practice my art. And it's like, yeah, I miss that side of him.
Okay, he always would talk about his best friend and brother, Zach Hussein. I was hoping that you might be able to lend credence to this claim. Do you remember hanging out with Zach Hussein at all, or knowing a guy named Zach Hussein?
The name sounds familiar. I feel like there was a kid who went to school with us named that. I don't remember ever seeing him hang out with him.
Yeah, it might ring a bell because there was like a pretty notorious case in Akron called the Akron Pizza Shop murder of this tragic gal. Do you know what I'm talking about now?
I very much know of that murder. It happened close to the high school.
Yeah, but I don't even think Zach Hussein went to that high school.
I don't even think he did either. The Hussein last name is a very common name in this area.
I'm sure. But Cyrax would claim that he was best friends with this guy and went to high school with him, even though he didn't go to the same school, just as an opportunity to tell some sort of hard luck story that he's experienced some form of loss, which, everyone experiences some form of loss, and it does suck. But he uses like these people posthumously, I don't know what the pronunciation is, but just to try to get sympathy for something that never really happened.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea why he lies so much?
I don't anymore. Like I said in the video, I haven't seen or spoken to him since at least 2015.
I'm sure. Well, why did you stop talking to him?
We kind of grew apart.
Yeah, I guess like as you get older and mature, and he just stays the same, like this little man child, and I don't mean to disrespect him. He was your friend at one point. But like at some point you just really have nothing in common with them, I would think. Was he always a liar?
I never caught him in any lies myself.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, he could have been lying.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're an attractive woman. Do you know if he ever, I'm sure you would know, was he ever flirtatious, or did he ever try to make a move on you?
Not that I remember. Back when we were close friends, I was very much taken, and I was dating a guy. So I had eyes for only that person at the time.
Okay. Do you remember if he was kind of negative towards your boyfriend?
No.
Okay. Because nowadays he has like a tendency to, if he's interested in a woman, he'll try to take shots at their boyfriend, I guess, to improve his chances. That seems to be something that at least, I've experienced. Do you know if did he ever have any girlfriends in high school?
He did. I didn't see him dating anyone, and we were together quite a bit, and it never seemed like he was dating anyone at all.
Huh. That's consistent with my experiences. He talks about how back in high school, he used to knock out 7-foot tall N-words, for lack of a better term, and I don't appreciate that vernacular, but he'd always say that he would knock out 7-foot tall N-words, and people were scared shitless of him.
I never saw it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it happened. Like he's,
Yeah.
who's going to be scared of Cyrax?
I know he got hurt at least once from an accident at school.
What kind of an accident?
He fell off.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The second story, right? Hello? The connection. Well, actually, somebody has the person to be William Glory Hole. Credit where it's due. Let me pull up this image right here of where Chance jumped off. Here, 1 second. You still here? Oh, I don't know. Oh, there she goes. I'm sure she'll be back. So this is the second, when he got his pitch perfect musical abilities. So this is the first floor. Wow. So he jumped off of the second floor. I don't know how he was able to get up there. Elsbeth.
Yes, I am so sorry about that. I accidentally left the screen.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, so the accident you're referring to, he claims that when he hopped off of the second story at North, how did he get up there?
It wasn't hard to climb up there. People used to sit up on those railings because there's stairs that lead from the first floor, which of that end of the building is cafeteria, to the second floor, which is the gym. Both on the inside and then on the outside.
I would imagine after he hurt himself, they probably didn't let people up there too often, right?
They let people up there on and off. That was a lot of times the way that they would have us on nice days go up into the gym during lunch.
Do you know if he was like trying to seem cool, like trying to be like a daredevil?
I don't know.
This might seem like a weird question, but do you drive? I'm guessing you drive, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Like, was Chance always as enthusiastic about cars? Like, nowadays he's really passionate about zip zooming around.
I don't remember that. You've asked a question I haven't been asked or remember him talking about.
Yeah, because now that's one of his things. He wants to be a professional digital race car driver, which I don't know if anyone really makes a living off of that. I don't, to my awareness, I've never heard of that. He says that he's friends with like Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. and all these people, and it's just, I don't know. Like he has this weird fixation with celebrities and being friends with them. Do you know if he ever had any famous friends growing up?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so you said the last time you talked with him was 2015.
Yeah, approximately 2015.
Yeah, so I think back then, and I have to check when Chester Bennington died. I'm sure you knew he was a big Linkin Park fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that he was best friends with Chester Bennington and even photoshopped face in like a Google Hangouts to try to fool people into thinking that he was indeed best friends with Chester Bennington. You know, I don't. I'm guessing that wasn't a thing, right?
Not as far as my knowledge goes.
Okay, he's talked about he used to have a conventional job of being in the scrap metal game, that he was very heavy into scrapping metal. Is that true or false?
Probably false, because in all honesty, I don't even remember him speaking of that.
Yeah, he talks about a lot of things that just never really seem to have happened. Do you know if he's ever earned any sort of income ever in the time that you knew him?
Not that I knew of him super close.
So if I were to tell you that he would describe himself since his time as a kid as a hardworking, type A personality, entrepreneurial, tough guy / pro athlete, would you say that that is completely false, completely true, or maybe a little bit of truth in there?
Maybe a little bit of both. It's like, yeah, he seemed like he was hardworking when it came to his dancing. But
Okay.
otherwise, I don't remember a lot of it.
Yeah, he did really have like a lot of good moves from what I saw. Do you remember if he was on the baseball team?
No, he was not.
Okay, because he said that he almost went to the major leagues, or if it wasn't for politics, that he would have definitely been at least a high-level minor league baseball player.
He didn't play baseball. He wasn't in any sports at North.
Okay, do you remember anything about his brother Bill?
No, I never heard mention of any brothers or siblings.
Okay. So where would you guys practice your dancing? Was it mostly in school? Would you ever go over to his house, or would you ever go over to yours?
It was mostly in school. We'd practice a lot up in the gymnasium. We'd practice it wherever we could find a free second. In the auditorium at the high school.
So you never really spent too much time with him away from school.
Yeah. We would spend time over at Billy's house when Billy's parents invited us both over for parties.
But for the most part, he was somebody that you tried to avoid any sort of one-on-one time with.
Yeah, unless it was like talent show rehearsals. But even then, there was always people around.
Yeah. So he kind of gave you even then like creepy vibes. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is kind of, you know, as time would definitely tell, an absolute sicko. Have you heard about like his stuff with a 14-year-old?
I have.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to have been friends with somebody in high school and then find out they did something heinous and look back and you might be questioning, like, were there any signs?
I didn't see the signs then, but back then I was super naive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you're a kid, you really don't want to think about that sort of thing. It's, you know, it's terrible. So when you say that you were his best friend, were you necessarily his best friend? Like, if that makes sense.
No. At the time when the three of us were close, it was Billy, Chance, and I almost constantly, unless it was dance related.
Huh. Can I ask, like, because you were probably closer with Billy and Chance was just kind of there sometimes, maybe.
Yeah.
What was Billy's reaction after what happened? And I guess before I even ask that, what's your event of what happened? I've heard Billy's, I've heard Chance's, and I tend to have to go with Billy's side.
After it happened, things like both of them kind of weren't there for a couple days. And then Billy returned, Chance did not. And things were like Billy was very much quieter. Things changed. Like his personality changed and it never felt right.
I can only imagine how traumatizing it would be having that happen in, well, quote unquote, normal circumstances. It's never normal, but getting taken advantage of by basically like a demon, it would have to break you.
Yeah. And you could definitely tell Billy's personality was changed. He was quieter. He wasn't smiling a lot afterwards.
Man.
Like the only time I saw him really happy was probably when we were having some of our high school activities that we did together. We spent a lot of time doing senior activities together our senior year.
So he just basically broke Billy.
Yeah. And like I've talked to Billy on and off over the last couple of years. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's gotten quiet.
Well, here's like the really fucked up thing. The only way that we heard about this was Chance. It was during the time of the Me Too movement, but Chance decided to tell everyone about the time that he got sexually assaulted. It was in tandem with the promotion of his upcoming album, but none of us would have had any idea this had happened if he didn't introduce it. But he introduced it as him being the victim. Like, how fucked up is that?
Oh, yeah. And it's like I hear about this stuff all the time through other socials.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really pretty fucking terrible. I can't think. I know that I haven't interacted with a worse person. Like, he just has no remorse, no regard, no conscience. From what I can tell. Maybe he was different. Like, what drew you to Chance? I'm guessing, and I don't know, he was kind of an underdog. Like, everyone picked on him, and maybe there's some solidarity in that.
He was very much what you said. He was the underdog back in the day. It's like he was different. It's like I tried to see a person for their better qualities.
Sure.
And that's where it led me, was someone different. Someone similar to myself.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some common ground, being picked on and not deserving it. And the thing is, with Chance, I feel that he does deserve it. I truly do feel like he does deserve it, even to this day. And you would think that since he got picked on, and Billy got picked on, that he would know that how it feels to be abused, basically. But he took it to a whole nother level. Like, being called names, it hurts. Like, getting bummed, that hurts even worse.
Right.
Yeah. Was Billy like beforehand? I'm sorry, before I forgot.
What?
Was Billy openly gay beforehand?
Before the incident happened, no.
Wow. Do you know if like he had those feelings, or if this experience led him down, or led him to? I'm not sure how to put this, but if his sexuality altered after Chance.
I don't know. It's like we were all different back then. It's like, and it's like, for all we know, it could have, but at the same time, Billy and we were very different people then. Hell, Chance was a very different person then.
Yeah, I would venture to say that's probably true, but at the same time, he had these predatory instincts. I would say if he felt like it would be okay to just do what he did to Billy. I don't know. Like I don't know anybody who.
I don't know myself.
Yeah. So this happened obviously a while ago. You continue to interact with Chance after this?
I did, but I didn't know about it until later on. Like I knew
Yeah.
something had happened, but then Billy and I were talking one night through chat, and he told me what happened.
And then it was just, you know what? I'm sure you couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then it was just, no more. I don't want to interact with this person.
Yeah. And it's like, and sadly, I kind of let him back in for a little bit. And that's how we get some of the pictures that are on Chance's one Facebook page.
Sure.
And
do you have any question on what had happened, or is it just like the school obviously knew a lot? They had obviously gathered information and done an investigation, and they wouldn't have expelled Chance if they weren't very confident that he was the violator.
yeah. I've always wondered his side, but at this point, I don't want to ask him because
It's
knowing
personal.
if I asked him, I would get very angry at his response.
Oh, you're saying to ask Chance? Yeah, okay. I thought you were saying
Billy. I've gotten Billy's side of the story.
Yeah. For Chance to try to spin this as him being the victim is just so disgusting to me because he basically ruined this guy's life.
Right.
It seems like it broke his spirit. It seemed like it turned him inwards. It really fucked him up, as it does to anybody and everybody, I would think.
Oh yeah, it definitely fucked Billy over. It's like it changed one of my closest friends at the time. It's like Billy was like a brother to me, and yeah, there's days where I miss him.
Like the old Billy or
the old Billy? I would even accept the current Billy at this point.
Well, I think he's fairly accessible. I don't know what he's up to or what.
And I've tried contacting him through the one Facebook account that I know of him, and he hasn't replied back. I miss him, and I would welcome him into my part of my life any day.
Did Chance ever talk about his origin or his father at any time?
He never talked about that to me.
Would you guys ever talk about anything personal, or is it mostly like project related?
We talk about my mom and stuff, but that was about it. And like we knew Billy's parents. Billy's parents were always welcoming us into their house.
Yeah, I guess even then though, you got enough of a vibe that this is not somebody I want to hang around with unless there's people around.
Yeah.
You got to wonder how many people Chance did this to that didn't come forward that we don't know about.
Oh yeah. It's like I hear these stories all the time of people not coming forward.
Like who just contain things, and sure, it's shameful. Who would really want to think that, well, I guess with Billy, since he was blind, he probably didn't realize that, and for a period of time, I'll admit this, I thought that he, had a consensual sexual encounter with Billy, and then found out he was the ugliest kid in school and became ashamed of it. But I don't think if that were all that it was, that he would become so inward and solemn and down.
I kind of have to agree with you on that. It's like that is the best analogy at this point.
Do you know anything about this Deontay guy? I guess, like Sarah said, an encounter in a stairwell with a bully who was taking his lunch money from him.
The name Deontay sounds familiar because there was someone by that name in our class.
Yeah, I might be able to look into him. Obviously, like an African American gentleman, but he looked kind of like thuggish, I guess. It's the best way I could describe it. Like he looked like a real tough cookie.
Well, there was a lot of them.
Yeah, tough cookies, and I'm sure.
It's like North is very much an inner city school with a lot of gang violence, and at least when we were in school, there was gang violence and people from around the world.
Yeah. That'd be a tough environment for anyone to grow up in, much less Chance Wilkins. You know, he must have really gotten the business.
It's like we all had it. It's like I never had the bullying of the lunch money.
Yeah, but I'm sure you recall names and, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Called names, all sorts of shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's somebody in the chat saying that you sure could twirl a stick.
Twirl.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know if like your dance routine involved. People are saying that it was like there was a stick being twirled. I know that Chance used to do stick dancing, like he would spin it around and things. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that. That wasn't in our routine that we had for our original talent show.
Okay. Well, was it just like a Backstreet Boys dance?
We did a modern contemporary piece that was a mixture of his hip hop breakdancing style and my classical ballet modern contemporary interpretation dancing.
There's
And
no way to record it, is it?
what?
There's no way anyone recorded this.
No, at least not that I know of.
Okay.
Because trust me, I would love to see the video of this back. Because there were some really cool things that we did as a group. Like I did a back bend over a chair and Chance did a flip over top of me in the chair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be like a really nimble little guy. Unfortunately, he's gotten some sort of foot ailment that like he might even lose his leg.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, I guess he gets what he deserves, huh? For what he did to Billy.
Right.
Did you ever get any shit for being his friend?
I never heard of it. I was very naive back then. I didn't hear the shit.
Yeah.
Because if you ever talk to Chance, ask him. It's like about your dance partner from high school.
Well, he's kind of become like really withdrawn. I guess he's smartened up and kind of tried to avoid people who criticize him, only because there's so many of them. But I'll be sure to try to ask him. He says that he always talks about how he has so many, or had so many, and still has so many, like best friends and brothers and sisters. Like, do you remember a girl named Rufus/Sam, or was that a different school?
That might have been a different school. I feel like there was a person named Sam, but it's like it's been so long. At least I've been out of school 13, 14 years at this point.
Sure. Yeah, so it's obviously been a little while. Was there anything that stands out, like as far as anything that would be cringy or embarrassing that you observed of Cyrax? Like, what was like some of the worst stuff that happened to him that you can recall?
Probably all the injuries. It's like he seemed to do something stupid and get injured, and
Were they real injuries though?
some of them were, especially I remember the hopping off the balcony and the balcony incident, as I like to call it.
Yeah. Did his head crack open, or was there any blood, or?
There was some blooded spots. He had scrapes and cuts on his face.
Wow. So he fell like face first.
It must have. I wasn't in his lunch period
Sure.
for a little bit.
Yeah. So somebody in the chat asked this, and I can't believe I haven't yet. But if you had to ballpark around how tall he is, what would you guess?
He has to be about 5'4", because he used to be about shoulder height on me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5'7", 5'8".
Okay, I'm not sure how tall the like or how many inches from chin to crown the head is, but if his head came up to your shoulders and your head is obviously a head above your shoulders, then I don't know.
It's like, because I have another friend currently who's about the same height as he was when we were in high school.
Okay.
And back then, I could put my chin on top of his head, just about.
He doesn't look like the most hygienic guy in the world. Do you remember if he had any kind of a smell?
I don't remember any smell.
Huh. Yeah, somebody in the chat here said that he has said that you were his girlfriend.
What?
Yeah. Classic Games Can right here saying, yeah, I remember this girl, but Chance said that you were his girlfriend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Like, I could never see you getting with a guy like Chance. Like, that just wasn't a thing, right? He
Never.
did. Look at the screen. He did. He definitely did. In fact, I don't know if this was. I'm almost beginning to remember, and it's like foggy. I don't know if this was the same one, but he said that, like, he even got you pregnant. And like, no way. He told me in private. Yeah. That, like, that's just not a thing. It's just clearly not. I don't. Right?
It's never been a thing. Never been pregnant in my life.
Never had any sort of attraction to Chance. Never.
No. Other than friendship, nothing.
So I don't know why he would be making this. I believe you, but it's just sick that he would go around trying to tell people that he had slept with you. You know, it's like, what do you get out of that? Making up these lies.
And I'm pretty sure at the time, my boyfriend would have been pissed if he found out.
Would have just kicked his ass, right? Would have just kicked his fucking head in.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's anyone that Chance, like, was there anyone in your school who wouldn't be able to beat up Chance if they wanted to?
The low functioning special ed kids.
Yeah, like he's about as puny and pathetic as they come, right? Like, he's not a real force to anybody.
Yeah. And even then, I think some of the special ed kids who are lower, like, differently abled would have probably been able to.
So like, even maybe like some people in wheelchairs could have taken them. They have very good upper body strength. Yeah, because he always tries to masquerade around as the ultimate tough guy who's going to kick everyone's teeth down their throat. He's going to stomp their head in, fuck around and find out. But he's not like that at all. Did you see him get picked on like with people? Of course, right? Like you can't walk down the hall without somebody, you know, giving him some kind of grief, especially in high school.
Yeah, it's like all of us suffered from it.
Yeah, like so the hatred that people had towards him, anyone who was even in his orbit would the same energy would be directed towards them because he would talk about, in high school, I never got treated like this, but yeah, he probably did. Maybe not for the same reason, but he's just a terrible little guy.
Yeah.
Man, so somebody in the chat here says you sound skeptical that he beat the low functioning. Well, he says tards, but we'll call them special needs kids. Man, so it seems like everything he's describing about his high school experience, which seemed to be long, is a complete fabrication.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have believed that some of the things he said were true, but it seems to just all be an absolute outright fabrication. It's sickening. So when he got picked on, he never fought back. He never did anything about it.
There was times where he would yell at them, but otherwise, what more could you do at the time?
Yeah, like what would they say to him and what would he say back?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's like, and in all honesty, I've blocked those memories out.
Sure. Probably, hey there, you weirdo. You know, hey, little crap ass weirdo. How about I fuck you up? You know, what are you really gonna say to that? You know, like what can you do? He's just such a little guy. He says he's about like 150 pounds. That's not true, is it?
No. I could lift him up back then, and I could probably still lift him up now.
So how would you lift him up? Would you like give him a hug and lift him, or would you like hoist him clear over your head?
I would give him a hug and pick him up. And
so he was basically like weightless.
Yeah, at least to me.
Did he look like, because now he looks like pretty sick. It almost looks like he has like a terminal illness. Did he look strange then? I've heard that he looks weirder in person than he looks in pictures.
He looked weird then as he did now. The only difference between then and now is he had hair.
Well, this must have been really early because I've seen some pictures of him, and maybe it was when he was like 22 and in high school. But it was more like fuzz, right? It wasn't like full. He didn't have like a mane or anything like that.
He didn't have long hair. It was cut short, but he had hair.
It's just weird to think that the person that I've observed was once a kid, right? Like he seems to basically be. Well, then again, it's not like he grew up and is now somebody totally different. He's still probably doing the same thing, playing video games, hooting and hollering into his microphone, talking about Linkin Park, stealing art. Like, I can't believe he used to trace things and try to say that they were his even back then.
Yeah.
So is there anything like that we might not know about Chance? And I think you can tell like we've dug pretty deep into him. Is there anything like that you think we might not know? I guess any personal experiences, they might seem mundane, they might seem trivial, but like aside from dancing, can you recall any experiences with him?
I remember a lot of happy moments with him.
Really? Such as?
It's like almost winning talent show, spending time with Billy and Chance, hanging out at Billy's house. It's like we had good moments. It's like I think one of the times I remember playing cornhole with him and Billy.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to make a bad joke here, but it seemed like Chance ended up playing cornhole with Billy. You know, and I couldn't
Yeah.
help that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. It was there. You set that up. Just I couldn't. I'm a juvenile person. I'm a little mature. I couldn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, like what happened was terrible. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have said that. It's disrespectful. It undermines the seriousness of it. It was always at Billy's house, though, right?
Yeah. Or it was at school, and it's like, because Billy's house was kind of the in-between place.
Did he ever try to like walk you home, or did he ever try
He
to
never
spend
tried
time?
to. He never tried to walk me home, but at the time we lived in two different directions.
Fair enough. Was your boyfriend there a lot?
No, because at the time my boyfriend had gone away for military training.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's still. I'm guessing you're still not together, but regardless, you know, like to thank him for his service. That's a noble cause.
Yeah. Sadly, we aren't together. I'm with a better person.
Yeah, sure, right. You know, kids and sure. It's not even a sad thing if you're with a better person.
Yeah.
It's weird that Chance. He always talks about how he gets all this pussy. Like he's the ultimate ladies' man. He has a very active sexual life. And it's always been that way for him. He never had a single girlfriend ever in your experience knowing him.
No, not that I remember. I'm like, I don't remember a lot of it though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess like it was just, you know, another kid at school, never thought that like anyone would be interested in it, and never thought, yeah, right. And it's weird to like try to recall every single detail of your interactions with just some kid at your school. I'm trying to think, like, I guess the Zach Hussein thing, okay. The height thing, I gotta disagree with you on. I personally disagree with, but you would know better than I. Do you remember Robo Abby who lost her arm in a suicide attempt?
I do not.
Okay. I guess this is another abuse victim of Cyrax who they dated and you know, Cyrax I guess got a little crazy, and it got to the point where she was so tired of the abuse that she hopped on a railroad line, and the last second she thought better of it, but unfortunately she lost her arm and had to get like a robotic arm surgically put on.
I've never heard of that.
Mm-hmm. So do you is like looking back at that time and then now seeing what he's become, would you say that your interest is peaked, or are you just kind of more so like, wow, I can't believe I knew that guy, I want nothing to do with it?
I'm the later of the two. It's like,
yeah,
what happened to a friend who was a great dance partner? It's in all honesty. Sorry, what was that?
Makes you sick to your stomach.
It makes me a little bit sick to my stomach. It's like I said in my original interview video. I have been in shock. Like, I never expected this to blow up the way it has.
Yeah. I you know, I guess like the signs really weren't there, because when you're a kid, everyone has all these lofty hopes and dreams and aspirations. And then, you know, when you grow up and you find out that, you know, they're not going to happen. But he's still living like the life of a 12-year-old.
Yeah. And it's like, I've said in Downward Spiral's video, it's shocking. And in all honesty, it's angering as well to see what he's become.
Yeah, especially knowing Billy and being friends with Billy and just seeing the toll that it took on him.
Yeah.
Hmm. I guess do you have any questions?
I don't right now. Uh, I'm just super tired. It's been a long week.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, I don't. I appreciate it immensely. Like, it's interesting to get. We all pretty much had a sense of the truth with this guy, but just getting confirmation, I suppose. So, I mean, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I'm s- I'm sorry that like you that he did what he did to Billy, and I'll also say like this community of people we're all pretty like rabid for him, and just be wary. Like some of these people can be pretty psychotic.
Uh, yeah, I've gotten that warning from a couple of people, and
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's like I have to say the video I talked about with Downward Spiral's channel, it's like that is what a lot of the same truth I talked tonight.
Um. Yeah, it's all very consistent. And all seems to line up. If he was, well, I'm not sure how to really put this or incentivize you. Is there anything? Well, let me start over here. Would it make you happy to see Chance dancing once more?
You know, it would be nice to see a little bit of the old Chance.
Do you
The the happy, smiling, dancing Chance that was my best friend.
like seeing him dance would light up your heart, and it would remind you of simpler times, and it might even bring him back to a simpler time as a person. Just
Yeah.
I yeah. Well, that's a beautiful thing that we can all hold out hope for, and I'm on the same page with you. Nothing would make me happier than seeing him dance. So maybe that's just me, but it sounds like you'd like to see him dance too.
Yeah, it's well, and all honesty, we've both gotten older. It's like we both know our dancing days are getting shorter.
Well, there's a very limited window left to dance, and I would say make hay while the sun is shining.
Right.
Yeah, man. So when was the last time you saw him dance? Have you seen him dance recently?
I have not. I have, like I've said, I haven't seen him um do much.
Well, would you like to? Here, can I
Sure.
put on something? Maybe this will bring back like simpler times where you might light up your heart. But here he is. Here. All right. All right. So far, what are your thoughts?
That seems like the Chance I remember.
Very, very, very suitable answer. Better or worse? About the same?
About the same.
Excellent. Man,
But
I'd love to see him dance some more.
but it's getting late for me. I am
Oh,
super
yeah.
tired.
All right. Well, Kat, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
All right, you too. Thank you. I like the sigh at the end. I like the sigh at the end. I just want to see him dance more. Yeah, the footy kicks are great. This throat slitting gesture. All right, hang on. I need to add I need to see if adding restricted words to YouTube, if you can do both at the same time. Like, I wouldn't want people to be blocked for saying downward. Like, that would be bad. Or saying spiral, like, hey, did you see the quarterback this weekend? Man, he threw a great spiral. I wouldn't want either one of those to be taken away, but I want both of them together. Like, if you say them connected, let me see. So downward spiral. Hang on. Okay, let's test this out. Like, try saying downward individually, and let's see if it comes out. And then let's see if spiral individually. You see that shit movie Spiral? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Marty fucking up again. Well, whatever. I gotta have some fun here, right? Well, Down syndrome, spiral downward. Yeah. So now try saying it together. I bet you can't do it. Okay. Excellent. Perfect. Well, whatever. That's a chance I'm willing to take. I hope he doesn't get too upset about it. Anyways,
I can still feel the mark, the bruises left on my soul, the mental scars, everything that you did to me.